Am I the a-hole for making my daughter, 18 female, pay what I want after she stole from me if we can't agree on the amount? This is complicated, but please keep in mind my daughter has struggled a lot during the teen years with a self-esteem and eating issues, and she's been so shy and reserved and had a hard time finding friends. It's not been a good time of life for her. She also has depression and a shopping addiction, and she's getting therapy for that. She graduated from high school and is taking a gap year, basically a year to work, while she figures out exactly what she wants to go to school for. I was okay with this for several reasons. I thought it would be a better choice than simply taking anything in school, and I didn't even feel she was ready for college. She got a job and it turned out to be a lot more lucrative than what we thought it would be, but she's still planning to go back to school. I've had many discussions with her about being careful with her money, to not squander this opportunity, making great money during her gap year. But so far, she spent every cent. I know she's making more than I make, and I work harder. And I am not a fancy person, so I rarely really know how much she spends on things. I only know that she's constantly got new shoes, boots, purses, clothes, nails, lashes, etc., etc. I won't drag this on, but my life has been a struggle. A single mom, never had high earning potential, an admin assistant. I had a fireproof safe that I kept some cash in for emergencies. I don't know exactly how much, but I guesstimate around $5,000. I've added it to over the years, but never taken it out or counted it. It may have been a dumb idea, but it was my safety net, and it made me feel a bit more secure. Recently, I went into my safe to get some papers out and realized all the cash were gone. All of it. In the end, my daughter confessed she had used it slowly over a year. She found the key and just took some out regularly, not for drugs or anything, but to help fund her lifestyle. And I started to realize how much her purses and shoes and jewelry were really worth. I just felt sick and betrayed. She swears she meant to pay me back, but I caught her before she was able to pay me back. The problem, she insists she only used around $1,000, and that's all that was in there. There's no way. I don't know how much, but I'm guesstimating $5,000. I'm telling her I expect her to pay me back $5,000. She is crying and very remorseful, but also insisting there's no way she spent thousands of dollars. Since I didn't keep a ledger or anything, I can't be sure, but I am very confident it was more than $1,000. Since she's the one who stole, I think I'm well within my rights to say she has to pay me $5,000 plus $500 for interest. Am I right here? I should note I love her very much and this is out of character for her, and I don't want to kick her out or anything, but I do want my money back.
NTA, but I don't understand how someone would have never counted their safety net of money. I could get not having counted it recently to know the exact amount, but not even being able to say you counted it a year ago and had X amount at that time is very weird to me. If your daughter really does think it was only $1,000, she probably will find you saying you never counted it very suspicious. And $1,000 and $5,000 is a big difference. But then again, your daughter is a thief, so she could very well be trying to rob you a second time by trying to undersell how much she took. She did the crime and should pay you what you think she owes. My husband and I had a cash jar and a change jar that we threw random amounts in whenever we could. We never counted it and just let it build up over a year. My husband needed surgery and we both couldn't work for the month following as I took care of him through his recovery. We used that jar to pay rent and bills, and for groceries we had saved over $1,500. But we never knew we had that much till we needed it. We didn't want to know so we wouldn't be tempted to spend it. People can't save money and save it better IMO if they don't know what they have. ESH. Your daughter is obviously in the wrong for stealing the money, but just because you are the wrong party doesn't mean that you have the right to arbitrarily decide how much you get paid back or to add interest on top of that arbitrary amount. It sounds like neither of you kept track of the money. She took it out in dribs and drabs, without counting it, and you put it in there in dribs and drabs, without counting it. There is no good reason to believe that either of your estimates is accurate. I have no idea what a fair way to resolve this is given that she is almost certainly underestimating, and you are almost certainly overestimating, probably splitting the difference is as good as anything. It's not going to be accurate, but neither of you will feel as hard done by as if you just accept the other's estimate.
Story 2. Am I the a-hole for making my daughter eat salad while my son gets chicken nuggets? I have 2 kids, a 7-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. Every other week, I take them to activities in a certain mall, and in between, we go to a local fast food chain in between. Now, I do usually have my kids have a healthy diet, but for those rather rare occasions, I let them choose whatever they want. I don't believe going to a fast food place but then restricting their orders so they won't enjoy rather unhealthy food makes sense. So the kids' menu comes with many different options, and the menu even has pictures of all the food. They go every week so they know. My son chose chicken nuggets and fries as the main, a drink and a cookie for dessert. Just what I would have expected, my daughter picked the chicken Caesar salad. I did not expect that. Asked her if she was sure, explained it did not come with fries. She loves fries. She insisted. Last time I had the salad and she tried one of the croutons and a piece of chicken and loved them. I did not care too much. And a Caesar salad is great. It's not like just snacking a few salad leaves like a rabbit. There is sauce, cheese, chicken, fried chicken, and croutons as extras. Plus, she had the ice cream for dessert. Well, the food came. We sat down, and after taking a few bites, she started complaining about the food. She saw my son eat his chicken nuggets and dip the fries in sauce. She asked him for one. He let her try the fries and gave her a nugget, as he usually can't finish all anyways. Then she decided that instead of the salad, she wanted fries now. I said no, she has to eat the salad. Or well, I would not make her eat it, but I won't buy her fries instead. My argument is that she chooses it. She is old enough to make that choice, and there's nothing wrong with the salad. It looks delicious. I even offered to give her some of my meal, a baguette sandwich, but she wants nuggets and fries now. She started throwing a fit. I ignored it, told her to sit and eat or at least stop screaming now or there would be consequences. Some old lady heard her, and I guess she picked up the "it's not fair that he gets nuggies and fries and she has to eat that stupid salad." Well, the lady went off on me. How I am treating my kids unfairly and how I should not body shame my daughter. I told her to get out of my business and shut up. She does not know what she is talking about. Am I the a-hole for making my daughter the salad she chose instead of buying her nuggets and fries like her brother?
Agreed. I have a bunch of sensory issues, and food is an anxiety trigger for me. I will throw up in my mouth when I try to eat something my brain has randomly decided is not actually food. Thanks brain, you jerk, you made me bad at eating, not like that's important or anything. And if I'd ended up with something I couldn't make myself eat, I would at least have sat quietly after being told I couldn't order something else. It's not that I never threw tantrums as a kid, but by that age they were pretty much over, and any lingering tantrums were true uncontrolled meltdowns based on some sort of overload. 9-year-old cakes might have wee in like an absolute champion, don't get me wrong, but unless someone tried to force me to eat the non-food no tantrum. I admit that the fear of ordering something I can't eat, and then having people comment and draw attention to it, which I find humiliating, even if they're just making conversation, translated into a lifetime habit of only ordering safe foods when out. I will try variations on a theme, but major challenges are a no-go. Having said that, I don't have a good solution and I think one can try new food safely at home which will help. What that lady said could have had the opposite effect of what she accused Op of doing. Making the daughter self-conscious. I can still remember all of the offhand comments that began all my insecurities and changed how I saw myself around that age. Maybe I was just dramatic, but I'd have gone into crisis mode. If I realized a random stranger assumed my mom made me eat salad because I was heavier than my sibling, even knowing it wasn't true. I'd realize that a lot of people must care about appearances for this lady to accuse my mom of that and think that it's something I should start feeling bad about. NTA sounds like a normal day of having 2 kids. You even asked her if she was sure, and she was. If you hadn't allowed her to have what she asked for, she would have thrown a fit about that instead. Good on you for not getting her something else. Also, fuck strangers who don't know the whole situation chiming in on your child's tantrum. I may be in a hole, I would have told my child no ice cream unless they eat what they ordered. It would be one thing if you were trying to force feed her a salad while her brother pigged out on fried foods, but even if that's what it looked like, it's not what was happening. I don't want to leave a judgment because I think you have every right to parent your kid, and obviously, sticking with choices is a big one. But if your daughter is on the heavier side of average, at 9 she's probably already internalizing some degree of fat shaming. I remember trying to diet in 2nd grade and was skipping meals by 5th. Please make sure that this wasn't a case of your daughter trying to eat a healthy salad, but then regretting the choice, not that a Caesar would be considered super healthy anyway.
Story 3. Am I the a-hole for calling my boyfriend's aunt's kids hellspawns? I know the title is bad, but I'll make this quick so you'll understand. My boyfriend's aunt and her kids stay at my house so she can get back on her feet. My late sister-in-law and brother passed away in January, so I took my nephew in and made sure that he's going to be okay. My boyfriend asked to change his schedule so he can work from home when it's Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday to watch over my nephew. Well, when I came home early, I found my nephew having a panic attack while my boyfriend's aunt's kids were pretty much picking on him, which pissed me off, and I screamed telling them to get TF away from my nephew. BF's aunt is pissed at me. How could I just scream at her kids? So she berated me, but I didn't care. I just want to calm down my nephew. After calming him down and made him and BF's aunt's kids go to their rooms, I told my BF's aunt she has no right to be angry at me when my nephew was clearly having a panic attack, and she let her kids pick on him, which she said he's just faking it. That made me even more angry, and I just called her kids hellspawns. I kicked her and her kids out, and now BF's family and my extended family is pissed at me. BF, my parents, and late sister-in-law's family is on my side, but I want to make sure I'm not an a-hole for this. So, am I the a-hole?
NTA already, but since reading the comments about what exactly they were doing and the ages. Extra NTA, obviously her kids are turning out to be hellspawn because that's how she is and how she's raising them. Hopefully they have some turning point in their lives before they are permanently as awful as she is as an adult. Furthermore, how long have they been there had days alone with your nephew? It's possible this has been going on for some time, and I would seek a child therapist to help him with this trauma now. At his age, his brain is constantly developing, and addressing this now rather than later will make a world of difference for his healing mentally. NTA, she's enabling the behavior of her children, allowing them to torment your nephew, and you don't know what they do to him when you aren't around. She should, as a parent herself, actually parent her children and not allow crappy behavior, but it sounds like the apple hasn't fallen far from the tree, as she is making excuses for the crappy behavior on their part and hers. Parenting 101, some children learn this behavior from the parents. She's just as guilty even if she doesn't partake in the verbal abuse of your nephew. She knows it's happening and not stepping in. She obviously doesn't view your nephew as family, nor you. It's your home, and you don't need to feel guilty for kicking them out, as they have no respect for the help nor you and your nephew. What if they had gotten further and started physically abusing him? Do not tolerate it. You're not in the wrong. Protect your nephew, and ignore anyone who has a problem with you doing what's right for him and you. I get what you're saying, as unfortunately at ages 10 and 8 their behavior is a direct reflection of their mother. However, OP's immediate concern was for her nephew, and a little yelling may be what those kids need to understand that their behavior was not okay. Obviously their mother behaves in a similar fashion. I am horrified and my heart breaks for OP's nephew. I also feel sorry for the 10 and 8 years olds, not because she yelled at them, but because they are being raised and molded and probably bullied by a horrible parent who sees no need to correct their behavior. As the classic 1990s public service announcement goes, I learned it from you, Mom. I hope someone is able to be in their lives like OP is there for her nephew, because changing their behaviors and teaching them good morals and empathy will get harder and harder as they get older. You have to take the role as parent with a child who experienced a trauma. I am not judging you because it's obvious you're a kind and caring person who has a crash course in parenting. Obviously she was wrong, and if those were her actual words, safe to say some serious issues. That being said, it's important you watch a calm, intelligent, and rational adult resolve this and talk to him without saying negative things about her personally, but the behavior you're doing excellent job. NTA. Don't let those monsters back in. Anyone in your life pushing for it can take them in instead. Put them all on a group chat and write, "Hey BFS Ant, all these people are so concerned for you, they have all offered to take you in. Let them show who they are then." NTA. I had my first panic attack at 7, a few months after my grandma passed. She lived with us. Mental health was not a priority for my parents as they were busy with their own issues, so I hid my attacks. I didn't get help until I was in college. My heart aches for the little man, as I have a 6-year-old son of my own. It's so great to hear you have him in therapy and are watching out for him. God bless you for being there for him and recognizing the signs of a panic attack. My childhood could have been so much better if I had someone like you when I was a child.